And now here's the host of Three Wishes, Chuck Charles.
Hello, and welcome to Three Wishes, the show where our contestants are given a chance to fulfill their wildest fantasies. Now, the one who receives the most applause from our studio audience will have his or her wish realized by the mighty Aladdin. Now, let's meet our first contestant, Mary Willis. And now, Mary, if Aladdin could grant you one wish, what would you wish for?
$1 million? Then I could buy a house on the beach and not work and stuff.
Very good, very good. Now, Fred, what do you wish for?
I can really have anything I want.
Oh, Aladdin makes all things possible.
All right, I want to go on a cruise with just me and 10 gorgeous women who really like me a lot and whose only job is to go ahead.
That's fine. We get the idea. Very, very, very nice. Very nice. Oh, boy, it looks like the vote is getting pretty close. But now we come to Julie. Now, Julie, what wish do you want Aladdin to grant you? Oh, this must be some wish.
I'd like to have really good character.
Hey. Good what?
Good character.
Oh, yes, of course. You mean that you would like to be a character like in a movie. Very good, very good.
No. I want to have a good character, you know, be a good person. That's what I want from Aladdin.
That's the silliest thing I've ever heard.
Julie, do you understand what's available to you? Do you realize you could have $1 million? You could have a luxury cruise as long as you want. Are you with me, Julie?
Yeah, but that stuff doesn't last. A good character is something that...
Oh, stop it. Nobody cares about good character. You heard the audience reaction.
Hey, wait. Hold on one second, Chuck. I don't mean to be rude, but I think having good character would be of immeasurable value to Julie.
Who are you?
Hello, I'm Dennis Prager, and I'd like to show you that character is the most important thing in life.
Oh, very good. That's very nice. Thank you very much. Now we must move on.
Hey, wait, give me a chance, and I'll prove why Julie made the best wish.
When did I lose control here?
Follow me. Before showing you how important good character is, I need to define it. Good character is doing the right thing when it's a lot easier to do the wrong thing, or nothing. In order to have good character, you need to have two things. You need good values, and you need the self-control to act on those values. Now, everybody knows what self-control is, so let's talk about values for a moment. A value is anything you hold to be more important than your desires. For example, let's assume that you hold that putting in a full day's work is a value. That means that even though you might desire to play mindless games, you know you shouldn't because your value, putting in a full day's work, is more important than your desire to play mindless games. If, on the other hand, your values and desires are one and the same, you are very lucky. In fact, if your values and desires are the same, you're unique.
When I wake every morning, I go through my list of desires. I always first desire to go to a nursing home and work with the elderly. I then desire to give all of my money to charity. I never, ever desire to hear any juicy gossip. I then desire to take some Thousand Island dressing and rub it on my knees. And I really desire to be in this jacket in this room. I do. If I just had some weapon-grade plutonium.
To visit the elderly, to give generously to charity, to not want to listen to gossip, Well, these are all beautiful values. But these are values precisely because they're not our real desires. So to repeat, values are what we hold to be more important than our desires.
Desire under the elms? No, but there's trouble under the eucalyptus. Yes!
The fact is, our values and desires are rarely the same, and that's precisely why we need values and self-control, the two components of good character. Now, in order to understand this, let's see how three married men would react to the same temptation. Can I have your attention? Attention, please. Who here has no values and no self-control?
Ed!
Oh, me? Hey, come on.
Ed, come with me.
Oh, okay.
Right this way.
Oh, hi, Susan.
Hi, Ed. You know, I overheard you telling Gary that your wife was out of town for a couple of days.
Yeah, she's visiting her parents.
Oh, why don't you come over to my place tonight for a nice home-cooked meal?
Remember now, Ed has no values and no self-control.
So what do you say?
Well, let me think about it.
Yes! Yes! Oh, baby.
Well, after a week eating cold pizza, a home-cooked meal sounds great. Dinner at 8?
Wonderful.
All right, now, who here does have values but no self-control?
Larry!
What? Right this way.
Oh, hi, Susan.
Hi, Larry. You know, I overheard you telling Gary that your wife was out of town for a couple of days.
Yeah, she's visiting her parents.
Well, why don't you come over to my place tonight for a nice home-cooked meal?
Remember now, Larry does have values, but no self-control.
So what do you say?
Oh, well, let me think about it. What am I going to do? On the one hand, I made a commitment to my wife, and I believe in the value of monogamy. But on the other hand, how many chances like this am I going to get? Or, wait, what am I thinking about? Marcia would be devastated. Then again, does she have to know? No, buddy, there's no way I can pass this up. Who's going to care 1,000 years from now anyway? Oh, well, sure. After a week of cold pizza, a home-cooked meal sounds good. Dinner at 8?
Wonderful.
Okay, now who here has both values and self-control?
Me.
Come on, honestly now.
Bill.
Oh, hi, Susan.
Hi, Bill. You know, I overheard you telling Gary that your wife was out of town for a couple of days.
Yeah, she's visiting her parents.
Well, how about you coming over to my place tonight for a nice home-cooked meal?
Now remember, Bill has both values and self-control.
What do you say?
Let me think about that. What am I gonna do? On the one hand, I've made a commitment to my wife, and I believe in the value of monogamy. But how many chances like this am I gonna get? Oh, what am I thinking about? Susie would be devastated. Then again, does she have to know? No. Who's gonna care 1,000 years from now anyway? Nobody. But I'll know the rest of my life. I just won't do it. I'm gonna stick to my values, feel incredibly flattered that she's attracted to me, and take a very cold shower. Boy, I'd love to, but I don't think so.
I never said it was easy. Hey, if it were easy to have good character, everybody would have it. Bill, you resisted quite a temptation. How does it feel?
Well, I'm freezing and I'm soaking wet, but I proved to myself that I can live by my values, and I'm telling you, Dennis, it's a great feeling. Hey, in the end, all you have is your good name. And my good name is worth more to me than a good...
Okay, Bill, I got the idea. Thank you. While good character includes having self-control, self-control alone doesn't give you good character. You can have the personal discipline to count calories every meal and still be a jerk.
And for you, sir, the diet plate and a glass of non-fat milk. Enjoy your meal.
Waitress! Waitress! When I ask for a side of ranch, I don't mean a little plastic cup. okay? So go get me a real side of ranch on a plate.
On the other hand, some people lack self-control in an area such as their diet, but they are still fine people.
Oh, excuse me, miss.
Yes?
I think you dropped this.
Oh, that is mine. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I can see you're kind of swamped today.
Oh, I am. I have 3 stations. Thank you very much. Would you all like some more water?
Oh, sure, but whenever you get a chance.
To sum up, character is a combination of good values and self-control. Or to put it another way, in the journey through life, values tell you where to go. But without self-control, you'll never get there. Now that we know what good character is, how do we get it?
Oh, excuse me. I was looking for a video on how to improve my character.
You mean on how to become a better actor?
No. I was looking for something that would help me become a better human being.
Oh, you want a video on how to improve your character?
Right. Do you have anything?
No.
Do you have any exercise videos?
Oh, we got a whole wall of them. They're divided into different muscle groups, abs, pecs, delts.
Well, in that case, I'll just take I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, I Spit on Your Grave it is.
You know as well as I do that if she went to 40 video stores, she'd get the same answer. A wall full of videos on how to build a better body, but not one on how to build a better character. So what do you need to develop good character? The answer may surprise you. The same things that are needed to develop a good body. You need 4 things: models, methods, common sense, and self-control. Now, just about anyone can name 10 examples of people with great bodies, 10 methods for developing a better body, and we all know exactly what common sense and self-control demand for physical fitness. But when it comes to developing character, things seem a lot more complex. But they're not. Let's begin with models. Every one of us has an image of a model of a good body because we're bombarded with such images. So where do we look for models of good character? The most obvious model, of course, is a parent. But sometimes, in fact often, this model is deficient.
All right. Underground parking, just security under there. No big deal.
Dad, could I...
Just a second, Lisa. I'm talking to Uncle Bill. So anyway, they jimmied the driver's side door, take the stereo. I mean, it wasn't like it was a great system or anything, but
Hey, you don't need to tell the insurance company about that.
What do you mean I don't have to tell the insurance company?
Are you kidding? Just tell them you had a top-of-the-line model. That way you get them to pay for the type of car stereo you've always wanted. You could probably even get enough money for a new car phone.
Yeah. Insurance companies make enough money. I mean, what's a few bucks to them, right?
If you play your cards right, you might even get a new car.
Yeah. What's a new car to an insurance company?
If you get a good lawyer, you could even get a new house.
Yeah. What's a new house to an insurance company?
You know, come to think of it, why don't you just sue them for a few $1,000,000?
Yeah. What's a few $1,000,000 to an insurance company?
Yeah, because if you get a really sharp lawyer, you could take over the world.
Take over the world? Cool.
Imagine the impact if the father presented this model.
What do you mean the insurance company doesn't have to know?
Are you kidding? Well, you just tell them that you had a top-of-the-line model. That way you get them to pay for the type of car stereo you've always wanted. You could probably even get enough money for a new car phone.
It's tempting, but I couldn't do that. It's not right. It would be like stealing.
Okay, so we're not taking over the world then?
What?
Because models of good character are rare, societies that have cared about developing character have always emphasized stories about people of good character. Bible stories, stories of historical figures, fairy tales, and so on.
I cannot tell a lie, little George Washington said. I chopped down the cherry tree. And then
the animals went into the ark, 2 by 2 by 2.
If societies didn't care about character, we would hear stories like this.
By shifting the tax burden away from his real estate income, Mr. Davis was able to save himself over $400,000 that would have otherwise gone to the government.
I'm sure glad you're not in the 50% tax bracket, little Jessica said to her father.
Boy, was Mr. Davis happy.
After models, we need methods. But if there are few models of good character, there are even fewer methods. Perhaps if we went to a university, we'd find some courses on character development. So let's see what we have here at Cal State Long Beach. Let's see, there are 52 courses in film studies and 1 on swimming pool management, but not a single course on character development. At Cal Poly Pomona, see, you can take a course in badminton and golf theory, but no course on character development. And this is the story at colleges all over America. Oh, sure, there are courses about ethics, but studying about ethics is as likely to make you ethical as the study of botany will make you a tomato. Let's just pretend that didn't happen, shall we? To be perfectly accurate, historically, there has been a place with both models and methods for developing character, organized religion. Now, religion doesn't always emphasize ethics, and it doesn't play the central role in many people's lives that it once did. But when done right, religion is the best vehicle for developing good character. It offers the most methods, the most models, and a very good reason for exercising self-control: God. But what if you're not religiously inclined? Simply asking yourself common sense questions can be a big help in improving your character. Here are 2. The first is based on the golden rule. Is the way I'm acting towards someone the way I would want anyone to act toward me? The second is, if everybody did what I'm doing, would the world be a better or worse place? For example, if you take something from the office, say a stapler, your company will certainly survive, but what if everybody took something? The world would certainly be a darker place. Just as with exercise, the toughest part of developing character is not a lack of models, methods, or common sense. It's a lack of self-control.
Hey, who taught you how to park, your grandmother?
So how do you get self-control? Believe it or not, all you have to do is really want it.
Out of my way, you dumb broad.
Sir, please be reasonable. I'm just trying to be a good salesman.
Oh, you call yourself a salesman, huh? You can sell water to a rich man if he was dying of thirst in the desert.
Oh, sir, please.
Oh, please.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Hello?
Let me ask you a question.
Hello?
If I offered you $250,000 in here on the condition that you go an entire month only saying kind things to everyone you meet, you think you could do it?
For $250,000? Of course I could. What kind of a stupid question is that, you moron?
You realize you've just lost your chance at that money.
What?
Well, you've said very unkind things to me.
Yeah, because you're a fruitcake. So what? And I know who you are. I listen to you on the radio.
Never mind, never mind. This gentleman notwithstanding, I suspect most of you could develop the self-control to monitor what you said for a month because you'd want the $250,000. So the issue of character is overwhelmingly, do you really want it badly enough? Okay, let's say you've applied the methods we've talked about, and you are now absolutely in awe of your own character. Well, what next? I'd like to suggest 2 simple character exercises. First, make a commitment to volunteer sometime this year. If you can do more, that's of course wonderful. But one day this year, help a senior citizens home or a school or a big brother or big sister group, maybe a neighborhood beautification program like this. It'll really make you feel good. Here's a second way to exercise your character. Express gratitude. Most of us are quick to complain when things go wrong, but how often do we say thanks when things go right?
I would like to congratulate Jack Stone on preparing such a truly superb report. Jack.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit myself. Molly Walls was an immense help. I want to publicly thank her. The research she did was invaluable. But I do have to say, though, that it would have come together a lot easier if someone hadn't stolen my stapler.
do we try to eat right and exercise? Because if we don't, we know that we're going to develop some bad habits, get heavier, weaker, and probably die sooner than we should. Why should an organization care if its workforce is made up of people of good character? Because if it isn't, it's going to fall into some bad habits, get heavier, weaker, and probably die sooner than it should.
All right. Our sales have plummeted in the last 6 months. Now, I want to know what's going on.
Well, sir, I certainly don't want to point any fingers, but maybe it's because Bob promised Acme we could fill their order when he knew darn well we couldn't.
What are you grousing about, Joe, king of the kickbacks?
You're both crooked. I am so sick of working with both of you.
Said Lois, queen of the inflated sales figures.
Oh, please, how many expense reports did you pad this month, Rick?
Well, about as many as he needed to, because it takes accounting 6 months to cut an expense check, Tina.
Well, I guess if we had some cash flow to work with, we wouldn't have such a crappy product.
Don't point a finger at me about cash flow. Talk to sales about cash flow.
Oh, sir, let's stop all this finger pointing. Besides, we all know it's Tom's fault.
Tom?
Well, I'm calling you a liar.
And I'm calling you a liar.
All right, so let's take that vote again. Applaud if you think you will benefit if Mary gets her $1 million. Uh-huh. I now applaud if you think you'll benefit if Fred gets his fantasy cruise.
If he does, he'll never see me again.
Honey, please, you can come too.
So nobody, not even Fred's family, would benefit. In fact, if Fred gets his wish, Fred won't have a family. Now applaud if you think you'll benefit if you meet Julie and she gets her wish and becomes a person with enough integrity and honesty to consistently treat others decently.
Mr. Host Guy, I realized that the money would buy me a lot of new stuff, but character will get me what I really want, a lot more love. So I want to change my wish to good character too.
Yeah, the cruise would be fun, but I'd end up with a great week and no wife. I'd like good character too.
Who's gonna tune in to see someone get good character? It's bad TV.
Bad TV or not, the point is that while you may want to have $1 million or a fantasy cruise for you, what you want everyone else to have is good character. Because people of good character will treat you fairly. And since that's what all of us most want in life, character is the most important thing in life. More important than even brains or personality or looks. For without character, there's no trust. And without trust, nothing can be built, from a family to a company to a whole society. So, Julie, are you happy with your wish?
You know what? I've been thinking it over, and you know what? I already got good character. Is the cruise still an option?
Well, you can't win them all. I'm Dennis Prager. Thanks.